Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 9th of February 2022. So Bitcoin and stocks dump and pump as rising rate hike odds crush credit. So bond yields up again. Tightening financial conditions are starting to bite. Credit markets are cracking hard. Yeah, we're seeing the yields spiking. News today. Crude oil will be an interesting one because forecasting a surplus there, and we've also got an FOMC member speaking and a 10-year bond auction out as well. But a bit light on the news today, so let's have a look at the Dow. Moving back up strongly off the 200 bar moving average yesterday and trading to the 89% retracement in the daily chart, which we can see there at the moment. As prices approach this area, they'll be needing to take it out, and then above this you've got the original 78 and 89 projected back to the upside there. They need to be removed as well, plus this high as well. But we're back above all of the averages at the moment in the Dow, so looking fairly bullish considering how much the market has fallen out of bed over the last few weeks and now starting to settle a bit. In the 30-minute charts, again you can see the market up from the start, every bar green above the 5-bar moving average, couple of bars back. Got demand coming into the market at the previous day's high, which was Monday's high, and then using this as a launch pad into the close of the Dow, with prices continuing to move higher. And at the moment we're currently above yesterday's high, albeit we're slightly oversold and there's some divergence, a lack of momentum. So we'll see what happens when the futures open in Europe at 7 a.m. Meanwhile, in the German DAX, you can see that prices are also making their way back to the upside. We've taken out 38%, I've just removed this, but 62 is the next upside target. We're actually trading above the 5-bar moving average at the moment as well, so finding a bit of support there. And also we're heading into oversold territory, which means that the market again could be free to move back to the upside, but certainly not moving as well as the Dow is, because the Dow is heading towards 89% from this high to this low, and we're nowhere near in this one. If we just draw those in, you'll see what I mean. Now you can see the 78, and you compare that to the Dow. We just go back to the Dow and to the daily chart, you'll see what I mean. You can see how close we are compared to the DAX, which is nowhere near at the moment, as can be seen here. So yeah, watch out for all of these levels should the market move to the upside. Also keep in mind as well that what starts out positive overnight can soon turn to rack and ruin during the day as well, and certainly at the open of the cash markets for those that have actually been pumping the market up to allow them to get out of a particular trade. So yesterday the DAX moving higher, then it ran out of steam, was moved back down to the DP, and it just double bottom there and oversold. Got demand, crossover in stochastics, and the market then moving to the upside. And like the Dow is currently sitting at Tuesday's high, finding a bit of support there. In the 5-minute chart for yesterday, you'll be able to see a bit more detail on this. Market opening, finding support at the previous day's close, and a lot of volume coming in there, and divergence, and then the market straight up, putting in another high before starting to move down. You can see we've got a divergence there as well. We then turn red on the stochastics, and then down we come. I don't know what this spike was. I was watching at the time. It shot up. But what was interesting is where it shot up to. So let me just spread this out a bit and show you what I mean. So from this high to this low, it came back to 78, 89 at this point, and then continued its move to the downside. The high then became a resistance, as you can see there, and we closed back below with a continuation down to the DP. And here again you can see that situation where the market put in a double bottom or just below, but you'll also notice that the momentum was lost on the downside as prices made a lower low here. You can see the demand, you can see the divergence, and then more demand coming in, and then we start to see green bars where they move the market back to the upside. Once overbought with divergence, supply coming in at the 200 MA, the market then moves to the downside there. And then in the afternoon, very boring to be honest with you, as the Dow came on stream again. We got this sort of double bottom, but the divergence is incredible there, because stochastic's not coming back with the sell-off, and then we get the move to the upside. One thing I've noticed in the last couple of weeks is the afternoon session of the DAX is pretty boring, not doing a lot, and the move comes, as I've mentioned before, is sort of mid-morning in these bigger time frames, because they're waiting for the New York Dow futures and S&P traders to come in and start picking a direction. And once they do that, the market then tends to move with that, which you'll see. I mean, you'll see it all of the time in this situation here where the Dow went short, and then the same here before the afternoon cash market opened. A quick look at some positional trades. Silver up again yesterday, but I very much doubt they'll allow it up for a third day. We're at the 200 MA, sorry, at the 20 bar moving average there as well, which is resistance. So I would expect this market to show some sort of move back to the downside today. So watch out for 2270 area. I'd be surprised if it did a straight reversal off this. Although there is a bit of a feeling here about things starting to change with the silver market. It's being allowed to move up in the session as the dollar also moved up as well. So it was allowed to move up with the dollar yesterday, which is very unusual. Meanwhile, gold still holding, and this is impacting on the gold-silver ratio, which we'll just have a quick look at. This starting to move back to the upside. Having dropped back down to 78, I'd expect this to move up today as well, as the silver price is likely to be moved to the downside. And crude oil, a bit of a sell-off there yesterday, and also overnight looking a bit weakish. 330 is the crude oil numbers. If they show a surplus, then they'll put more downside pressure on crude, but longer term heading to the upside. And then a quick look at the 5-minute silver market. You can see they've already brought it back through yesterday's high and heading to the close, and the 200 MA in the smaller time frame. Not that I trade this one, more interested in the daily chart, the monthly chart and the weekly chart. Okay, that will do it for this one. Let's see what happens when the futures market opens this morning. And with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.